History is made as California's first openly transgender judge is appointed. On Friday, California Governor Gavin Newsom made history when he appointed Judge Andi Mudryk, I'm so sorry for getting that wrong, to the Sacramento County Superior Court, making her the first transgender judge appointed to bench in the state. While the state made history in 2010 when Victoria Kolakowski was elected as a transgender judge, Mudryk is the first trans appointee. Kolakowski tweeted her support saying, "Andi Mudryk is a great appointment and will be a wonderful judge. I am glad to finally have a trans colleague on the bench in California." I think that's amazing, the fact that now we're seeing, I think someone, when we were just kind of table talking earlier, said it's one thing when you're elected, it's another thing when you're appointed. You have a governor, a high-ranking official saying, like, I trust you. And that's also that visibility we were just talking about with Dr. Fauci, the visibility of someone who is different, who other people can also identify with, especially the transgender community. So congrats to Miss Andi.
Right, and I think that seeing in the entire judicial branch, seeing that sort of representation. Obviously, we have an upcoming new Supreme Court justice,
Yes,
and to be able to see that sort of diversification of our court system and those sorts of diversified views of how how to apply that legislation and laws and the law of the land especially is really important.
And she is incredibly well qualified. She's 58 years old, so she's been serving in the legal profession in one form or another for 30 years or more. So she is going to come in and she's going to be competent and know what she's talking about. So anybody who's just focusing on the trans, then that you could do that at your own risk, because she is going to hold people accountable in her courtroom. And I think I can't wait till we're here a year or two from now when we can read some of her decisions and see how she's ruling and running her court, because I think it's going to be amazing.
So how do these things play out then? Because we just did a story on Don't Say Gay, and we have these kind of anti-gay legislations popping up. But then we also have progressive states like California appointing and electing trans judges. What happens in 10 years?
Well, I think a lot of this is the aging out. Like, we look at this at the Senate and Congress, as these older white guys in their late 80s start to go away, there's that next group coming in that better represents the cross-section of America. And with these judges, it's the same thing. If you don't have representation at the table, they don't understand. And so the decisions they're making are not based on a life experience. It's based on a narrow of what they know, not what the world sees or what the rest of the country wants.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out television network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.